Helldivers, the new May Warbond has been revealed, and shockingly, there have been very few leaks about this ahead of launch. My name is Kodiak, this is Legacy Gaming, and let's check out the upcoming Polar Patriots Warbond. So I'm actually pretty excited about this because this is the first time since the launch of the game that we don't have everything from the Warbond completely spoiled through various leaks. We have actually seen some of these items pop up in the game files, but either the team is getting better at hiding and protecting their upcoming content, or the people that would normally hunt down these items in the game files have just moved on to other things. Either way, I am pretty excited about it. So, to start, I think it's clear that the team is still trying hard to have a Warbond released every month. We started with the Steeled Veterans, which released concurrent to launch, then had the Cutting Edge Warbond in March, which featured some of those lightning-based weapons. Then in April, we had Democratic Detonation, which was a more explosive-based bundle. And now, come May, we have the Polar Patriots Warbond. I'll admit, I'm not entirely sure why the entire thing is themed around snow and ice. Yes, we have fought on planets like that, specifically on the automaton side, but there's nothing in the game's lore or major orders that really connects those dots. Let's just chalk it up to the team wanting to make cool new weapons and armor, and call it like we sees it. So to start, there are 3 new primary weapons coming to this bundle. First is the AR-61 Tenderizer. According to the official Polar Patriots article on the PlayStation blog, this weapon is a real tentacle terror. This high-caliber assault rifle has awesome stopping power, but limited magazine size, so make each shot count. Unpatriotic banter shots are not advisable. We don't get a great look at this weapon in action, but from the one gameplay shot we do see from the official Warbond trailer, this does look pretty beefy. Obviously, this weapon isn't going to take down Hulks and Bile Titans, but a new primary option that does a decent job of taking out mid-tier enemies like Spewers and Devastators would fit nicely into the fold. According to the official blog, the second new weapon, the SMG-72 Pummeler, has a slower rate of fire than your other SMGs, but these concussive rounds will leave your enemies dazed, confused, and still very ugly. Good things come to Helldivers who wait. Again, not a ton of footage to go off of here, but the slower rate of fire won't necessarily hold the gun back if it's got decent damage, and the blog alluding to decent stagger could actually make it incredibly viable. That, plus having another option to use with shields and while holding objectives, is going to be a huge plus. The final new weapon, the Plaz 101 Purifier, is easily the one I am most excited about. The blog write-up is a bit strange, but it says, set the trap, hold the trigger, let them charge at you. Smile, they're getting closer, smile again, closer, smile, closer, and release the trigger, splat. The longer you can hold your nerve and the trigger, the bigger the damage. Now to me, this looks like a mini railgun, which honestly doesn't sound half bad if it's got decent stopping power. It's hard to tell from the promotional footage, but the simple fact that the weapon can one-tap Scout Striders is actually really promising. It doesn't look like the type of weapon that's going to be able to deal with hordes of enemies, but that's what your stratagems are for. The Polar Patriots Warbond will also feature a new secondary weapon, the P113 Verdict. We actually revealed this weapon back during one of our leaks videos, and just like we thought, this thing is beefy. Now, according to the official blog, the guys in R&D love this one. Gas-operated, semi-automatic, and chambers the largest centerfire cartridge of any loon pistol of its kind. Rapid deliberation, they call it. Quick draw to look cool in front of your squad. My guess is this is going to rival the Senator as a high-damage, very popular sidearm. It does look to have more magazine capacity than the Senator, which is a revolver-style weapon, but without official weapon stats, it's hard to say. There's also a new grenade coming, the G13 Incendiary Impact. According to the blog, don't waste time reading the instructions, lob it at an enemy, and run. This thing detonates on impact and ignites the area in white phosphorus, so make sure you and your allies are not standing around having a chat. Pretty straightforward grenade that's going to combine the best of both the impact and the incendiary. It could be powerful if the grenade maintains that high damage of the impact, but with an incendiary stage too. But that does seem a bit overpowered. Either way, I think it'll be fun to test out. There's also a new booster coming called Motivational Shocks, which literally shocks Helldivers back into action after being hit and slowed by sneaky, unjust attacks like the revolting Bug Acid Vomit. Won't help much with area effects like EMS strikes though. My guess is this is going to reduce the daze and stagger times of all enemy attacks so that you don't get bogged down when under the effects of a movement impairing ability. I'm just speculating, but that'll be nice, even if it doesn't work on things like EMS strikes and sentries. There's also 3 new armor sets coming with the Warbond, and these are sets we saw about a month ago with the leaks. This time, the official blog makes it clear that these new armor sets aren't coming with new passive bonuses, just things we've seen before, and that continues to disappoint me. The more armor rolls out with the same old effects, the more it just waters down a system that has been pretty bland since day one. Do they look cool? Sure, but let's get a little variety in there and give players new options. Either way, we've got 3 new sets: the CW36 Winter Warrior, which will have servo assisted, the CW22 Kodiak, which will have fortified, and the CW4 Arctic Ranger, which will have scout. Of course, these will all have matching capes: the Order of the Venerated Ballot, the Pinions of Everlasting Glory, and the Dissident's Nightmare, as well as the matching player cards to boot. There's also a couple new emotes coming: Call the Helldivers, Distribute Ballots, and Mime Instrumentation. Overall, I think this Warbond does look pretty good, especially the weapon offerings this time around. It seems standard for the team to do at least 2 milsim style weapons and then 1 experimental weapon, more or less, and while I like that approach, I think I made it clear in our recent patch notes video that the team is still going about balancing these weapons in a way that I just don't love. Now they're injecting 4 new weapons into the mix and will be tasked with balancing those against the entire arsenal of weapons already in the game, and if they continue doing Warbonds every month, that's going to continue to be an incredibly tall order. Ultimately, I think moving away from Warbonds and focusing more on in-game content is a better long-term strategy, as it provides more meaningful things for players to do. I think a lot of folks are going to pay some money, unlock some weapons, and then fall right back off the game, and while that injects some cash to the Arrowhead team, I don't think that should really be necessary given the initial success of Helldivers 2. There's a lot they can do, and even resisting staffing up like they've said in the past, putting more effort on substantial content and less on quick hits like these Warbonds, I think would ultimately do the game better in the long term. But as always, what the hell do I know? I'm just a guy that makes videos about video games. Polar Patriots arrives on May 9th, and just like last time, it'll require you to have 1,000 super credits or purchase those super credits through the in-game store. So if you're looking forward to trying out the new arsenal of gear, you might want to start farming now. As always, if you like our Helldivers 2 content, give this video a thumbs up, and of course, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a new video. My name is Kodiak, and from everyone here at Legacy Gaming, thanks for watching, and play on.